The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
You're watching the 2024 Iowa High School Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. It's time for the Class 1A semifinals and find out who will play for a state title as the St. Albert Saints go head-to-head against the North Linn Lynx. And hello, basketball fans. Delighted to have you with us here on this Friday afternoon, here courtside from Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines alongside Dar Danielson. I'm Hunter Phillips, and so Dar, now we get down to the 1A semifinals here. St. Albert, a team that's really made the most out of its run, defeating the two-time defending state champions Bishop Garrigan, coming in with a lot of momentum, no doubt, but awaiting them on the other side is the top seed North Linn Lynx, or no strangers to success here at state.
Yeah, they've been in, the semis 5 out of the last 6 years, so they're no, as you said, no stranger to being in the semifinals. And that momentum for Council Bluffs St. Albert, will it carry over, knock it off? You don't know, but you get to this point and you should have a lot of those jitters out of your system that you got in the quarterfinals. And if you come out and play your game, that's what both teams hoping to do here.
And let's go ahead and take a look at the road to the championship for both of our teams here this afternoon. And we'll begin with the 4th seed, St. Albert. The Saints won its first tournament game since 2000 by ousting again the defending champions Bishop Garrigan on Wednesday. Winners of now 23 straight games, St. Albert looks to get back to the title game since finishing runner-up in Class 2A back in 2000. Meanwhile, waiting the Saints, though, on the other side is the top seed North Linn, who are back in the semifinals for the 3rd consecutive year after breezing past Montezuma in the quarterfinals. They boast one of the top 3-point shooting teams or attacks in Class 1A, and the Lynx are searching for its first title game appearance since 2020 when they won the 2A crown. So with that, we'll step aside for our first break. When we come back, we'll dive deeper into this afternoon's contest with the Seeds for Success presented by Channel Seeds, and then the starting lineups as we continue to count down to tip-off. This is the 2024 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
This is our son, Sebastian. In 2021, he took half a pill he didn't know was counterfeit.
That tiny pill contained enough fentanyl to kill him almost instantly. Kids buy them on social media and share them with their friends, not realizing how dangerous they are.
Please talk to your kids about not taking anything that's not directly prescribed to them.
Our child will never get to grow up, but we want yours to be able to.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
We have reached the Class 1A semifinals here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. St. Albert and North Linn going head-to-head to see who will make their way to the Class 1A championship game tomorrow. Hunter Phillips and Dar Danielson back here with you. So, Dar, as we dive a little bit deeper into today's contest, the seeds for success for both of our teams here today.
Yeah, let's talk about that. First for North Linn, keep trapping. They had 14 steals off the trap in that quarterfinal win, so they want to keep that going and don't ease up. You get, when you're having success with that defense and offense, you get a little lead and sometimes you say, oh, I can let off, but no, you want to keep on the gas and get in through the semifinal into the championship matchup. For St. Albert, move the ball. You got to keep your head up, pass the ball around to get around that trap. Dribbling does not beat the trap, so you got to do that and then maintain your composure. They're going to get a few steals off the trap, but you can't let that, you got to, like they say, move on to the next play. If you get a steal, then come right back, play defense, maybe you'll get it back. So keep your composure. Don't let them get on a big run. A few steals here and there aren't going to hurt you, but when they multiply into multiple points, that's where you have a problem.
There you have it. Today's Seeds for Success were brought to you by Channel Seeds. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. We are just minutes away from the ball being sent in the air here in downtown Des Moines. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll have the team introductions and meet the starting fives for both sides as it's St. Albert and North Linn next in the Class 1A semifinal on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back here to Wells Fargo Arena in Iowa's capital city of Des Moines. Class 1A semifinal action coming your way here shortly. It is St. Albert going up against North Linn, the 4 versus 1 seeds here in the Class 1A field, going head-to-head for a chance to be a part of the state title game, which will take place tomorrow. There is a first time for everything. We've seen a lot of it here at state. This is the first ever meeting between these two programs that are from a long distance apart. In fact, separated by 265 miles. Of course, North Linn from the eastern part of the state and St. Albert from the western edge of Iowa. North Linn, the top seed, coming into the semifinal with a 24-1 overall record. St. Albert back here in the semifinal for the first time since 2000. That was when they were a member of Class 2A with a record of 23-1. And so, Dars, we're starting to close things in here now before we meet both of our teams. You have that game under your belt already, but there's still going to be those nerves there, no doubt, because you want to be the one that punches your ticket to the title game.
Yeah, not playing a team, you get a chance to look at the video of them and see them, but it's different. We've seen several matchups down here where they've planned for multiple times, and that does make a difference. So I think it'll be who makes the adjustments early on to what the other team is doing and how they match up with the scouting report.
It'll be fun to watch. Now let's go ahead and meet the teams in our starting lineups ahead of today's 1A semifinal.
And the North Linn Lynx.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players in today's semifinal matchup. First, the non-starters and assistant coaches for the St. Albert Saints. Number 5, Kiera Hochstein. Number 13, Alexa Lenz. Number 21, Maddie Walter. Number 23, Molly Wise. Number 31, Maura Ryan. Number 33, Caitlin Hendricks. Number 35, Peyton Johnson. Number 45, Grace Manns. Number 51, Molly Roslanik. And number 55, Eleanor Coughlin. The assistant coaches for the Saints, T. Gary White, J.C. Stratton, and Dwayne Dale. And now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the North Linn Lynx. Number 10, Megan Wheatley. Number 12, Skylar Benish. Number 14, Ava Hoover. Number 32, Carly Reese. Number 40, Sydney Olson. Number 42, Aubrey Wade. Number 44, Emily Buter. Number 50, Samantha West. Number 52, Peyton McMahon. And number 54, Bren Collum. The assistant coach for the Lynx is Kevin Gedkin. And now let's meet the starting lineups for both teams in alternating fashion. For the Saints, at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 3, Ellie Monahan. For the Lynx, at forward, a 5'8" junior, number 20, Allie Hoggenberry. For the Saints, at guard, a 5'8" senior, number 11, Lily Crone. For the Lynx, at guard, a 5'8" junior, number 22, Mackenzie Bridgewater. For the Saints, at guard, a 5'5" senior, number 15, Ella Klussman. And for the Lynx, at guard, a 5'8" senior, number 24, Macy Bogey. For the Saints, at forward, 6' sophomore, number 41, Ava Underwood. And for the Lynx, at guard, a 5'8" junior, number 30, Molly Bogey. For the Saints, at center, a 6'4" senior, number 43, Missy Evasek. And for the Lynx, at guard, a 5'6" senior, number 34, Cameron Kurt. The head coach for the Saints is Dick Wettengel. The head coach for the Lynx, Brian Wheatley. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the area in front of the scorer's table for the introduction of our referees for this afternoon's game, as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Joel Crayenbrink, Nathan Saar, Ben Lechtenberg, and the bench official, Dwayne Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for state tournament basketball.
And fans, before we begin today's game, we'd like to once again thank the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, for their support. The Iowa Farm Bureau has an office located in each county across Iowa. Thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau, for supporting the IGHSAU and the Iowa Girl. The Class 5A through 2A fields, their championship games are already set. Comes down to 1A. Who's playing for the title? We'll find out here in the next 4 quarters. Ball's in the air. We're underway. And St. Albert begins the afternoon with the basketball and their green and gold uniforms, Saints across the chest. And they look down low for an early basket. Come up empty and scampering the other direction are the North Linn Lynx, the top seed here in this Class 1A field.
And they both score over 60 points, but they both only give up around 30-some points, so it's going to be interesting how that plays out.
3, hoisted up. Mackenzie Bridgewater knocks it down to get the Lynx on the board first.
Here's that pressure.
It gave Montezuma a lot of fits in the quarterfinals, in which North Linn outscored Montezuma 35-6 in the opening 2 quarters. So that's something that St. Albert's going to have to be able to adjust to here early on. Off the high screen, Macy Bogey pulling up. Off the mark, rebound. Goes to St. Albert's. And now once again that press being brought in. Bogey with the steal. Up ahead for Cameron Kurt. And it's a 5-0 start here for North Linn.
Got to have a little help there. Everybody left her. Now she'll get it across, but they look to trap in the corner.
Ball on the deck. Timeout here is going to be called by Council Bluffs St. Albert's. And it will be a 30-second timeout.
You see the replay on the steal in the bucket. So they're going to allow, it looks like early, a little contact as they come in on that trap, and you're going to have to play through that. You can't be looking for a foul there. You just have to play through it and get the pass off. So that's one of the things, too, adjusting to the referees that you have in your game.
How about going back once more, Dar, to North Linn's quarterfinal win over Montezuma, defeating the Bravettes by 30. They forced 22 turnovers in that game and scored 37 points off of turnovers. So a great offensive team, but a lot of that offense is due to the pressure they put on defensively.
Yeah, and that's the trapping, and that's why, the key for North Linn is to pass the ball. You don't beat the trap up the court by dribbling. You have to pass a lot.
Now looking to get on the board for the first time. The shot goes there for Missy Avizek, the 6'4" senior that averages 10 points per game, one of 3 Saints to average double figures in scoring. We'll need to have a big performance today for the Saints to be able to get past the top seed North Linn.
Nice little baby hook. You don't see much of that in high school girls.
And the Teardrop floater there from the elbow falls for Macy Bogey. So North Linn responds with a basket of their own. 2 minutes into this first quarter, just getting underway. Evazek open in transition, a little too strong, but cleaning up the miss. There's Ava Underwood with the rebound and the putback.
That was textbook break the press. The ball didn't get on the floor. They just took it right down into the post.
Underwood with 13 points, 11 rebounds in the win over Bishop Garrigan on Wednesday. Fast start for both of these teams. Bridgewater off the mark on the three. One and done possession for the Lynx. And now the Saints bring it up. Heat brought on by Cameron Kurt. Lily Crone couldn't quite break away from the pressure, and a travel will be called.
Early turnovers. The press can manifest itself in turnovers, but you can also, it might not get the turnover, but later it may make you rush your game a little bit, as we have an IMT insurance substitution.
And that is Maura Ryan. Substitutions, again, are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Slamming the door shut down low on the Lynx is Ava Underwood.
Yeah, good back cut, but Underwood, good help defense behind of Evazek.
This is a St. Albert team that averages just under 5.5 blocks per game, so they make opponents really work in the low post. But North Linn knows how to score from the outside. Another three drained by the Lynx, and that is Molly Bogey. 6-point lead for the Lynx.
Here dropping the press off a little bit. They wait the trap to the half line.
Saints navigated across. And it worked underneath to Ava Underwood. They're on the skip and the finish. They're off the glass. Back and forth we go.
All their points in the paint so far, whereas North Linn has hit a couple outside shots, a couple threes.
Thought about letting it go with Skylar Benish. Both of these teams will utilize its bench and its depth here this afternoon. Another block down low. Evazek, such a mismatch for any team going up against St. Albert, as we've seen throughout the season. But the last look at the Saints basket to make it a 4-point North Linn lead.
Well, one of the few teams I've seen with two true 6-footers inside, you know. Dyke New Hartford has a couple, well, 6-footer, 5'11", you know, right around that range, but good size inside for St. Albert.
We saw Megan Wheatley, the top 3-point shooter in Class 1A, not connecting. But how about the effort on the glass here from the Saints? Ava Underwood with her second rebound and putback, and the lead is down to 2 for North Linn.
Just bookends down there on the glass.
What it's going to come down to for Coach Weddingill's Saints. And they clean up the missed three by North Linn. 2 Lynx.
Got to have some help.
Trapping the Saints, have to get it across the half-court line, and they do. Good effort, saving it from going out of bounds. There's Benish, but it stays with the Saints after some frantic play just to get it across the timeline. Evazek backs it up to Monahan. Help defense down low. Monahan for 3. No. Rebound by North Linn.
Yeah, she had to shoot that with 3 on the shot clock, so North Linn made them go deep in the shot clock that time.
We're going to get a violation here on North Linn.
Yeah, that was that great defense there behind Buter.
Now we'll have more IMT insurance substitutions checking in for both teams. Again, they will go fairly deep to its bench. Here throughout the course of these 4 quarters. Just under 3 to play here in the first. North Linn 10, St. Albert 8. Maura Ryan over to the right side for Monahan. Checking in, Grace Manns looking down low. The Lynx had it well covered. Tie up. Possession arrow, North Linn.
Yep.
So now we'll see Macy Bogey check back in for the Lynx. Bogey is Northland's career leader in assists, second in scoring behind Nicole Miller, 2015 Miss Iowa basketball. Strong lineage of success at Northland, but right now, St. Albert has had a strong edge in the post.
Yeah, Underwood with the block there. Goes down and ties it up, and possession arrow this time slipped back to St. Albert. You see the tie up.
Both sides really getting after it here in this first quarter. Deflection in the low post by Northland, so they respond with a stop of their own, and they bring it the other direction. Bridgewater looking for the up and under. Feeds it to a backdoor cutting teammate. That was Molly Bogey. Ball tapped out of bounds, last off of Northland.
Boy, under 2 minutes. Seems like this quarter has gone fast, hasn't it?
Very little time for a break for both sides. And this is where depth will really come in handy.
No fouls called yet here. Just a few turnovers.
Missy Evasek, after a quick breather, is back in the ball game for St. Albert. Can tie or take the lead on this trip up the floor. Deep three on the way. Almost got there. But Northland snares in the miss. Hagenberry. Bridgewater near side. Working around the perimeter is Northland. Both of these teams also top 5 in assists per game in 1A. They spread the ball out very well. Bogey. Off target. Reach and foul by Cameron Kurt.
Yeah, she kind of grabbed the arm trying to get around to get the rebound on that one, but was boxed out very well. And that's our first foul of the game with 1:17 to go here in the first quarter. And we've been sitting on 10-8 for quite a while here.
Bit of a scoreless drought for both teams, but that quickly shifts as the Saints break through the press, and it's Missy Evasek that lays it in.
First tie of the game.
Looking to break it is Northland. 75% of the way down there for Cameron Kurt.
And Molly Bogey just stepped on the end line.
St. Albert fan base traveling over from Council Bluffs, providing a lot of energy. Both fan bases coming in droves here to Wells Fargo Arena here on Semifinal Friday.
Yeah, real nice crowd.
Picked off at half court by Bogey. Count it, and one.
And it's that last little reach. Every time it'll get you on that breakaway. She just couldn't hold back. We'll see here as, she reached in and just caught the arm late on the foul there.
Macy Bogey with 20 points in the win over Montezuma on Wednesday. Really helped set the tone early on for Northland to get back here to the semifinals for the third consecutive year. That breaks out of that 10-10 tie. Active hands by the Lynx. Bat the ball out of play will remain with St. Albert here with about a 9-second differential between the shots and the game clock. Maura Ryan. Klussman. There's a good look for three that doesn't reach the iron. Lynx pick up the loose ball, work in transition. And it's Emily Buter.
She did a great job to hustle down there and get out ahead and take that pass.
Saints trying to play takeaway. The Lynx almost grabbed another steal. Runner in the lane, no. Rebound from Macy Bogey. Quick bump foul here on St. Albert. Stop play with just over 4 ticks to go in the first.
Yeah, I think she rushed that a little bit. Thought she had a little less time when she put that one up, but the thing is, when you have two 6-footers down there, you don't mind putting up a shot because a lot of times they're going to clean it up for you.
So a 5-0 spurt here from the Lynx after it was knotted up at 10. See what they do here in the final seconds. Floater there at the buzzer goes for Cameron Kurt.
Nobody stopped her. She just drove right down. Wow.
No hesitation from the senior to put North Linn, the top seed, up by 7 after 1 quarter of play. We'll be back with the second quarter after these messages on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply at central.edu. Back here with you on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, alongside Dar Danielson. I'm Hunter Phillips. And Dar, we had a lot of back and forth play for pretty much a solid 3 to 4 minute stretch, but then North Linn ended that first quarter on a 7-0 run.
Yeah, the last like 30 seconds or so, and then they get the ball to start the second. Oh, just a little miscommunication. Evzik had the rebound and was going to toss it over, and her teammate went the other way. But yeah, like quick 7-0 run, and they're on the verge here, another bucket. Building a pretty good lead to start.
5 different links scored there in that first quarter, and how about the strong hands displayed by Klussman to rip the ball away from North Linn, and now they'll try to cash in on the turnover, their first trip down the floor here in the second quarter. St. Albert shooting just above 41% from the field in the first quarter, North Linn at 38.9%. But St. Albert with 6 turnovers, North Linn saw there with just their second here thus far. Monahan can't get the shooter's touch, but another rebound and put back by guess who, Ava Underwood.
And that's their first bucket in a long time. It's been several minutes.
Underwood has been active not only in the scoring department but also rebounding. But North Linn comes back with a bogey triple.
It's wide open and squared up and foul.
So the Bogey sisters have combined for 11 of North Linn's 20 points. They have their largest lead of 8 points. St. Albert back to work offensively.
That was a good job by Evzik. She got the defender on her back hip. She was calling for the ball earlier, but they got to be looking for that. When she gets, there's a size mismatch down there. They got to get her the ball up high where she can get it and turn.
Tallest player listed on North Linn's roster is Emily Buter, a junior at 5'10".
Oh, man. Good inbound play, just rolled out.
Running in transition are the Lynx. Spot up 3. Left short by Macy Bogey. Rebound by Monahan, who averages 2.5 boards per game. Really does a little bit of everything, says head coach Richard Wettengel. Just that glue player there at the point guard role. Tough post entry pass, well read by Macy Bogey and company. Stay with St. Albert as we have more IMT insurance substitutions checking in too for North Linn.
Buter and Skylar Benish in for the Lynx.
Monahan swings to the right side for Crone. Another big piece in the backcourt this year for the Saints. And just an errant pass there from up top.
When she's in front of the defender, get it right up in her face so she can grab it and turn.
There you see Coach Wettengill, 13th season at St. Albert, was the head coach for the boys team when they finished runner-up back in 1993. Left open was Skylar Benish. 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Now here come the Saints. Underwood just too easy there as she comes in on that backdoor cut from the baseline, just automatic.
Yeah, right in. Nobody slid over to pick her up.
10 points for Underwood. First player in the ball game to be in double figures. Foul here on St. Albert.
Yeah, Evazik a little aggressive there. Got called for the hip check. That's her second, so she's going to go out for a bit.
So an early development for the Saints. Look at that last basket there for St. Albert. Game was tied up at 10, but North Linn has been able to rally some scoring drives together, and it's been the Bogey sisters that have put their stamp on this one early. That was Molly Bogey with the kiss off the glass for 2. And on cue, Bogey with the steal ahead for Kurt. Lays it in, timeout called by St. Albert.
Yeah, just a little out of sorts defensively here, St. Albert.
Full timeout, we will take one with them, and even 5 minutes to go in our first half. 10-point lead for North Linn on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
That's what it is.
North Linn building a 10-point lead over St. Albert. Here with 5 minutes to go here in our first half. And timeout on the floor called by St. Albert.
And St. Albert has not hit from outside, where North Linn has hit, a couple, 2, 3 from outside. That's been a little bit of the difference so far. And they've had a couple they had a 7-0 run right before the end of the first quarter, at the end of the first quarter, and now a little bit of run back here too.
So after leading 17-10 after the first quarter, North Linn has outscored St. Albert 7-4. Here in the second, Saints really want to get something going here on the offensive end of the floor. Ryan, good drive in. Layup left a little shy, one and done trip there for the Saints. And here come the Lynx. Bogey, no on the triple from up top. Go to the Saints.
But a good open look there, and they hit those.
St. Albert representing the Hawkeye 10 Conference. School out of Pottawatomie County. In the Council Bluffs area. A lot of fans making their way from the western edge of the state. And how about this first half here from Ava Underwood, putting the Saints on her back. She's got a dozen. Battle for the rebound underneath, last off of St. Albert.
Yeah, when she shot that, I thought it was going to go way high, but it hit right at the top of the square and came straight down. So she knew the angle.
So both teams going to its reserves once again.
Yeah, we have Missy Evazek on the bench with 2 fouls. We'll see how long they keep her out.
Step back from Kurt, a little short from inside the elbow. Pair of Lynx trapping the Saints. Balancing act there along the sideline, and the Saints keep it in play.
North Linn really closing quickly on the outside, not letting them get any tight shots on the line, 3-pointers.
Ella Klussman. Here's Underwood, talented sophomore, attacking off the dribble, and she will go to the line to shoot 2.
Smart play. Take it in there. You got the size advantage. You're either going to get fouled or you're going to get the bucket. And now she has to go to the line and come through where she's hitting, let's see, 59%.
So here is Ava Underwood. We mentioned Coach Wettengill being the coach for the boys team for St. Albert. I finished runner-up back in 1993. Ava Underwood's father was a part of that team. Also Maura Ryan, Lily Crone, and Maddie Walter each had their dads as part of the 1988 and 93 runner-up squads for St. Albert. 2-for-2 trip there for Underwood. What a half she has had.
And that's the way it goes. You get that either the mom or the dad played and they kind of pass it along and you get that history.
Catch and shoot. Bridgewater, nothing but net. Bridgewater started the afternoon with a 3. She makes her second of the day right there. Some wicked cross-court passing here for the Saints, trying to gain some kind of separation. Right at half court, whistle here on North Linn.
And Megan Wheatley, I believe, called for the, was it, or did they call?
They'll get that on Molly Bogey.
Bogey, yeah. There was 2 of them. Wheatley and Bogey were there. They called it on Bogey.
Third team foul on North Linn here in the quarter. And now make that team foul number 4.
Well, that could play to the advantage of St. Albert with their post presence down there. They get it in and force it up. Gevasek still on the bench over there with 2 fouls.
So the next North Linn foul will put St. Albert in the bonus, but they give it right to the Lynx.
Yeah.
So could not get the inbounds in time. Just an ill-afforded turnover by St. Albert. That is their 10th on the afternoon. Bridgewater, another look. Can't get the 3 to go. Strong effort on the glass there from the Saints. Klussman to the corner. And the Saints respond with a 3 of their own from Molly Wise.
First one of the day, a big one.
We're 0 for their first 3 from beyond the arc.
Cuts it down to 6.
Bridgewater stopping her dribble, and
she walked, yeah.
Just as she was about to give it up, just leaned a little bit forward.
Yeah, she looked and the defender stepped in and she pulled that foot up, you're right, and just to credit St. Albert for the defense when she got it.
Well, meanwhile, that is just the third turnover on the afternoon for North Linn. But St. Albert, we've seen them put together runs like this back in the first quarter when they were able to tie the game up at 10. Still a lot of time left here in this opening half. 2 to go. And that's Class 1A semifinal. Underwood for 3. Off the mark. Rebound by Cameron Kurt. Outlet ahead for Bogey. Bridgewater. Now here's Molly Bogey swashing it down from deep.
That's a difference right now. When North Linn finds that open 3, they're squaring and hitting them. St. Albert has just hit 1 today.
5 made 3s for North Linn as they watch that one go out of bounds. And really, no surprise. This is an offense that generates 8.5 threes per game. That is 3rd in Class 1A, and they shoot 46% from the field, 39% from 3, an incredible clip from downtown. And it's not just a few players. Everyone for North Linn has the green light to shoot from beyond the arc. On cue, that one doesn't fall. Hockenberry got the rebound.
There's the foul. Well, that shows you why they're successful. In, then back out. She didn't hit the 3, but they're always taking it in and then bringing it back out. The great passing, finding the open player for North Linn. But this time they get the foul on the rebound, and we're in the double bonus here now.
So Ava Underwood will step back up to the free throw line. She has 14.7 rebounds already here in this first half. St. Albert faithful being quiet for their sophomore. She concentrates at the line and makes the first. St. Albert, as a team this year, 59.5% at the line, and Underwood has been perfect there at the charity stripe. 7-point lead for North Linn, 1 minute to go here in this first half.
So they're keeping it under the double digits. But not now.
Skylar Benish says, you're going to leave me open, I'll go ahead and dial one up. And she becomes the latest Lynx.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the notes at halftime to talk about finding those outside shooters a little better for St. Albert.
Fourth different member for the Lynx to knock down a three. Lead back to double digits here for North Linn. Saints looking for a quality possession here. Turnaround. Not quite there for Molly Wise. Cameron Kurt to give to Macy Bogey. Benish thought about letting another three go, but instead it's Cameron Kurt here in the final seconds.
A little better defensive closeout there.
Wide open look, and it's buried by Macy Bogey to end the half. Back-to-back threes by the Lynx.
Just textbook on that one. Pass it around till you see the opening on the baseline. There it is. Nobody around her, and she pops it cleanly. That's what North Linn has been doing. St. Albert's going to have to address that at the half.
So the largest lead of the afternoon is what it is at the intermission for North Linn. They will take the lead 36-23 into the locker room over St. Albert in this Class 1A semifinal. We'll go ahead and take a break as well. When we come back, we'll recap the action from the first half after these messages on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slade's the place for you!
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
We have reached halftime here at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines, where North Linn, the top seed, leads the 4-seed St. Albert 36-23 in this Class 1A semifinal. Hunter Phillips and Dar Danielson, again, delighted to have you with us here on semifinal Friday. And so, Dar, back-to-back threes there for North Linn to close out the first half. In fact, for the final 2 minutes and 44 seconds, it was North Linn that went on a 9-2 run, and just the ball movement, especially the execution and transition, led to those looks for three, and they take their largest lead of the afternoon into the intermission.
Yeah, and St. Albert, they do play a good inside game, but they have not been able to find any range outside of threes, and they're going to, like I said, probably talk about that, identifying the North Linn when they're passing, especially that back pass. Somebody's got to slide back and cover that, at least get a hand up, and because we're talking several of those have been just wide open looks for the threes.
Well, and at one point the game was knotted up at 10 midway there through the first quarter, but then North Linn was able to run out on a 7-0 run and have not looked back since, again up by 13 here at halftime. So now we'd like to take a moment to once again thank our title sponsor, the Iowa Farm Bureau, for their support of the state basketball tournament. Earlier this week, the IGHSAU had the opportunity to speak with Iowa Farm Bureau President Brent Johnson to learn more about Iowa Farm Bureau's support of the IGHSAU and student athletes here across the state.
Thanks for joining us for the 2024 Girls State Basketball Tournament. I'm Matt Hominoff with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We want to thank all of our partners for all the great support we get from around the state. None more important than our proud title sponsor, Iowa Farm Bureau. With me today is the president of the Iowa Farm Bureau, Brent Johnson. Thanks for joining us, Brent.
Yep.
Why does the Iowa Farm Bureau feel so strongly about supporting the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and our tournament games?
Well, Matt, the Iowa Farm Bureau has been the title sponsor for the Girls Union now for 19 years. And once again, very proud to be a part of this year's state girls basketball tournament. And, you know, this tournament highlights the work ethic, teamwork, resilience, and dedication that these girls have contributed for a year's worth of dedication to their craft. And just like that same spirit, the Iowa farmers are the best in what they do across this entire country, not only in production, but also in conservation. And you put all that together, and there's a lot here to celebrate.
Yeah. Your support for the IGHSAU goes beyond youth and education. What other support does the Iowa Farm Bureau provide Iowa's youth?
Yeah. Well, Matt, here at Farm Bureau, we believe that today's youth is tomorrow's leaders, and we're proud to support them in many different ways. One of those is by our scholarship program. Every single year, we give nearly $500,000 across the entire state to those kids so that they can continue their education at a higher level. We've also partnered with the Girls Union and the Boys Association now for several years to offer concussion insurance for those student athletes who compete in sanctioned sports across the entire state so that they can do so at a high level and feel safe doing so. And that is at no cost to that student or their families. Third, we've given teachers across the state nearly $500,000 so that they can properly equip their classrooms to do their jobs better. And most recently, just last year, the Iowa Farm Bureau gave the Iowa FFA Foundation $1 million so that they can properly place ag teachers and ensure that students across the state have an exposure to agriculture and how it affects their lives every day.
Yeah, so the students participating in this year's tournament are taking home some pretty neat souvenirs. But one new item that they're taking home are the championship ball caps. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, absolutely. You know, the girls who are competing at this year's tournament are actually taking home quite a bit of swag this year. Of course, we have the bag tags and the signature basketballs that the girls have been used to seeing over the years. But this year, we've added a championship ball cap so that those girls who actually win the tournament have an extra souvenir to remember that if they put their minds to it, they can accomplish anything.
Well, thanks again, Brent, for both your and everyone at Iowa Farm Bureau's support of the Iowa girl over the years.
In Iowa, we grow corn. A lot of corn. Corn is what supports us. It feeds our livestock, it fuels our vehicles, and powers our state. It nourishes our families. A cash crop? Yeah, but it's way more than that. Corn sustains us. It's who we are. Without it, we'd just be... well, you get the picture. In Iowa, we grow corn. But the truth is, corn grows Iowa.
The thing I love about Clark is that you're never just one thing. I'm not just a student. I'm a future doctor. I'm an athlete on a history-making team. I'm a community member supporting the causes I care about. I'm a friend, a neighbor, a leader. At Clark, you can become anything. What will you be? Be you at CU.
Fans' official state tournament merchandise is now available online, so now it's time to get your smartphones out. Just scan the QR code on your screen now or visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. North Linn 36, St. Albert 23 here at halftime on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Again, here with you courtside alongside Dar Danielson. I'm Hunter Phillips. And so, Dar, as we take a look at our Sioux Cup stat summary from the first half, a few things will certainly pop up, especially on the right-hand side of your screen. The three-pointers really falling there for North Linn, and then points off of turnovers, another big key.
10 turnovers, 10 points off of turnovers. Shots also. St. Albert shooting 41% from the floor, but North Linn has had 11 more shot attempts, and they're shooting about 43% from the floor. So those turnovers have led to more shots. And then they have 7 three-pointers to, as you said, 1 for St. Albert. So, you know, they're cashing in a little bit more on those turnovers. And it was Evzik was on the bench for most of that second quarter with 2 fouls. So they need to find a way to close down a little better on the North Linn shooters, although they make that tough with their passing. And then St. Albert, if they can get, the three-point shooters, although they were in the bonus late and they weren't able to get it down in the post and take advantage of that. We'll see how the adjustments go here for St. Albert. And North Linn has been playing pretty well. They've been moving the ball, trapping pretty well. So, not a whole lot to adjust for them right now.
And again, North Linn ended that first half on a 9-2 run. Just looking over the individual leaders there from the first half, Ava Underwood scored 16 of St. Albert's 23 points there through the first 2 quarters, had 8 rebounds. She was one of 3 Saints to score. Missy Evazek had 4 points, and Molly Wise with 3. On the other side, 6 different players for the Lynx scored, 4 of which were able to knock down a three-pointer. Very balanced scoring from North Linn. Molly Bogey leading all scorers with 11 points. Next in line, her sister Macy Bogey with 8. 6 points from Mackenzie Bridgewater. Started off the afternoon with a 3. She made 2 threes there in that opening half. Cameron Kurt also with 6 points. Skylar Benish with 3. And then Emily Buter rounding out the scoring efforts there for the Lynx with 2 points. Again, the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of our final semifinal here on this Friday. That will be Remsen St. Mary's and Newell Fonda. That'll be our final game here on the Girls Union Network, and then we'll transition things over to Iowa Public Television there, Iowa PBS, for the championship games. We'll have 2 later here tonight, Dowling Catholic and Johnston in the Class 5A championship, and then Solon and Esterville Lincoln Central in Class 3A. Waverly Shell Rock and Clear Creek Amana will tip things off tomorrow for the 4A, and then it will be Panorama and Dyke New Hartford in 2A. So it's been a fun week here, Dar. It's hard to believe that we're closing out our coverage here a little bit.
Gone really quick, it seems like, anyway. And some good games, some games kind of blowout games, some tight games, but I'll be interested in that Dyke New Hartford. Can they pull off the 4-peat? I guess the question is, can anybody stop them from doing it? Because and then the semifinal today was fairly close, a double-digit win. And then Johnston, they've just been either runner-up or champion here over the last, 4 years? And so can they complete that? And the funny thing about 5A, we haven't had a back-to-back since they went to 5A champion, but Johnston has been there. Last year they runner-up. They were champion the year before, so it shows how tough it is to repeat.
It really is, and especially when you look at Dyke New Hartford, only one other school has won a 4-peat, and that is Ankeny back in the Scott DeYoung era.
The Ankeny Classic, yeah. Before they split the two schools, and then DeYoung, of course, moved over to Centennial, and Ankeny got beat on a late rally to get here to state, but they haven't been to the tournament in a while. So let's see how St. Albert does if they can make a run here.
Yeah, Saints have the ball to start the second half. They work it down low with Evazek. First shot didn't go, but Ava Underwood picking up where she left off with several rebounds and putbacks. And a good start for St. Albert trying to eat into the North Linn advantage. Macy Bogey over to Bridgewater. 2 threes already on the day. Can't connect. Crone with the rebound. And here is that trap once again by Northland, but good patience by the Saints. Underwood got the bump. She'll be at the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, just got a little bump by Hagenberry down there. But I like the way she took it and attacked the basket here, see? Right in, and Hagenberry late on the close.
Underwood's first miss from the line today. As we highlighted at the top of the broadcast, St. Albert coming off its first tournament victory since 2000. That was when they made it to the Class 2A championship, fell to North Cedar that year. So hoping to get back, create a little history. North Linn, meanwhile, 5 of the last 6 years they've been here in the semifinals, but looking to get back to the state championship game for the first time since 2020 when they won the 2A crown.
Well, North Linn has responded every time St. Albert's made a little run. They're off to a 3-0 run to start the quarter. Let's see what North Linn does.
Opening minute here into the second half. Kurt backs it out to Macy Bogey. Left-handed floater is good.
So many weapons on offense.
Just up and down the lineup. So many players from North Linn can make an impact offensively. Cameron Kurt knocking that one out of play. Will remain with St. Albert. And aside from a 10-10 tie, about 3 to go in the first quarter, it's been all North Linn, but the Saints have shown that they can make things happen and really try to create some pressure. Underwood's floater rolls off the iron. Back come the Lynx. Off the handoff, it's Macy Bogey. She has 10 points today. Hagenberry swarmed there along the baseline. Cameron Kurt to Macy Bogey. And the floater there for Molly Bogey. So the sister act there for 2.
Just so easy into the lane. Got it. As you said, the floater floated it right up into the basket. All in one motion.
So showing off their versatility as a scoring unit like they have done year in and year out. Monahan looking for Evazek, but the ball just a little too high.
She had a little frustrated. The first time she came in and got the defender walled off, she said, now, and it was like a 1-2 count, and then the ball came in late and it was turned over. So they got to be ready and zip that into her when she calls for it. That's the nice thing about being courtside. We can hear all that stuff going on.
Great vantage point indeed. Off the high screen, Kurt pulls up. No. Underwood with another board today. She is approaching yet another double-double here at State.
And the nice thing for St. Albert, she's a 6-foot sophomore, so she's a couple years left.
So everyone watching from the Hawkeye 10 conference, look out for years to come. Macy Bogey fouled in transition, and she will go to the line here for North Linn.
See the replay. That was close, but must have caught her at the end there.
Just the second attempt at the line today for North Linn. As we get our first IMT Insurance substitution of the second half. Again, all substitutions are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com.
16-point lead. St. Albert's got to come down and get a bucket some way, somehow now.
Underwood as the Saints break the trap. Cross court, Crone for 3. Just too strong, and it will stay with St. Albert. The Saints are now 1 for 7 from beyond the arc, while North Linn has made 7 threes today.
More Orion coming in for St. Albert.
Picked off right below the basket by Macy Bogey. from inside the elbow. Ball hung around the rim for just a split second. Saints gathering the rebound. Have some work to do, trailing 42-26 as we're approaching the halfway point here of this third quarter. Underwood with the height advantage. Gets the floater to drop in.
Everybody kind of backed off. They were following Evazek, and she took advantage of the lane there.
21 points, 11 rebounds, so another double-double here at State for Ava Underwood. Now she's hoping that for the Saints, they can get a stop here against this high-flying North Linn offense. It's been stellar again today. Back to the basket. Buter backs it out. Benish made it 3 in the first half, but chasing down her own miss. Second chance opportunity. Can't cash in, though, on another good look, this time from Cameron Kurt. And the Saints will try to bring it in the other way as they get it across the timeline here. Pressure brought on by Wheatley. And just speeding up the Saints enough where some of those passes aren't as crisp.
It forced her to throw it down there a little harder than what you want because you heard the footsteps. Because they had Underwood set up nicely under the basket, but Underwood will get a rest now. Or no, I guess she is still in there, isn't she?
Bridgewater. The bounce to Hoggenberry. Bridgewater's elbow J does not quite get through the cylinder. Scampering up is Klussman. Saints looking to try to feed it down low, but the Lynx settle back in defensively. Underwood. There it is down low for Evazek.
Down to 12. It was at 16.
Kurt sends it back to Molly Bogey. Mackenzie Bridgewater, the junior. Good defense here by St. Albert. Approaching 10 on the shot clock here for the Lynx. Kurt. Up and under. Hoggenberry there drawing the foul.
Yeah, she baited Evazek into that. Give her a little head fake, not much, and got her up in the air. You see it here. See just a little fake, and then went up as she got Evazek off her feet.
Allie Hoggenberry, one of 6 juniors on this North Linn roster, will make the first.
That's one of those things that's kind of gone away a little bit with that mid-range jumper is the head fake. You know, we don't see it quite as much as we used to.
But it's always one of those old tricks that still can
get the defense,
bait a defender from time to time. Still with active hands here is North Linn leading by 14. Just over 2 minutes to go. Been a pretty even third quarter scoring-wise. But again, North Linn led by 13 at half. There is just the heat being brought on by the Lynx, forcing turn number 14 on St. Albert today as both teams will once again go to the bench here.
Yeah, what is it, 8-7 advantage North Linn in the quarter, but they started with the lead, so unable to chip it down. They could look like they're maybe going to get it down below double digits, but then North Linn just responds every time.
Hoggenberry. How about using her footwork that time to earn another trip to the line?
Showed inside, came back across and put it up, drew the foul.
Third team foul on St. Albert here in the quarter. Hoggenberry is back at the line. The junior that averages 7.5 points, 5 rebounds per game, makes the first.
Molly Wise back in for St. Albert, the sophomore.
Rolls around the cylinder and in for Hagenberry. She's done all of her scoring here in her third quarter.
Yeah, the old 360 free throw.
16-point lead for North Linn, forcing yet another takeaway. The finger roll, not there for bogey, but they get their own miss.
And how about that bogey in the right place, right time? That was deflected right to her. She threw it out, and they get the three.
And then found her sister, Molly, for good measure. We'll get a timeout here called by St. Albert with just under a minute to play. Here in the third, we'll stay here with it now being a 19-point lead for North Linn.
And I think he's talking over there, you know, that post is coming open, but we got to get better passes, and I know that's part of the pressure that you see out of North Linn, but you got to slow it down and get it in there to the post, allow them to take it up and score it, because if you throw it away when you're trying to get it in there, you have no chance at all.
St. Albert today is still shooting better than North Linn, but of course the shot attempts outweighing on the Lynx' side to that of the Saints. Just when the Saints have been able to put together a few things, then it's North Linn that has had the answer time and time again. But St. Albert still with 50 seconds and counting to go in the third and another quarter to go. Trying to build something here, and that will help as Lily Crone, the senior guard, will go to the line.
Yeah, she's gone a lot of the way to bringing that ball up against the pressure today.
Crone, as she can't connect on the first, Coach Wettengill said is our quarterback, the heart and soul of our team. Great distributor, led the Hawk 10 conference in assists and best defender. And certainly need one of those guards to be able to make it here to state. Big reason why, despite the held ball call, we'll stay with North Linn. We look to have the possession there for a brief moment. Cameron Kurt. Foul here on St. Albert. That'll be their fourth of the quarter.
So that'll leave them with about a 2.9 second differential between the game and shot clock.
Macy Bogey collects the inbounds. Benish knocks it down from the top of the key.
All right, they just been money on the outside all day today.
9 made threes for North Linn, so above their season average. Holding foul here on North Linn, so St. Albert will inbound it with 25 seconds to go in the third. North Linn once again making a statement. Travel here on the Saints.
So here, turn it over. They got the shot clock off, a chance for North Linn to just add to the lead at the end of the third.
Final seconds here of the third. Benish just a little short. Now to close out our third quarter here in Des Moines with one more quarter remaining. North Linn, the top seed. It's been all Lynx here thus far today as they will take a 22-point lead over St. Albert into the fourth and final quarter, which we'll have for you after this on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Eight minutes remain here at Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. It's been the site of some exciting state basketball this week. These two teams have put on a show throughout the year. And here thus far this week in Des Moines, but it's been all North Linn from the start.
Yeah, and then turnover there. It's just, I was just about to say, it's going to take a big comeback effort here. Just in the outside shooting has really been the key here for North Linn. Kind of break it open.
North Linn with 9 threes today, 9 of 24. Now make it 9 of 25 after that latest miss. But not just the threes that have been made, but by the players that have done so. 4 different players from North Linn knocking one down from distance, so spreading the wealth today. Been a key ingredient to their success. Molly Bogey with 16 points. She has made 4 threes. Macy Bogey, 12 points. She's made 1 3. And you have Mackenzie Bridgewater knocking down 2 with 6 points. Skylar Benish knocked down a 3 there in the third quarter. All of her points have come from beyond the arc. But 7 different players for North Linn have scored. Meanwhile, on the other side for St. Albert, 21 points, 13 rebounds for Ava Underwood. But they have only had 3 other players beside Underwood score. And North Linn getting it done here on the offensive glass. Hagenberry made a few trips to the line in the third quarter. She'll make another one here.
Yeah, and that will be the 4th. Won it on who they charge that to.
That's on Underwood.
Oh, it was on Underwood. Okay. For a minute there, I thought it was going to be on Evazik.
First miss at the line there for Hagenberry. Now 4 for 5. And a rare 0 for 2 trip. In fact, those were the first set of misses for North Linn at the line here this afternoon. Both teams really challenging for the loose ball there. Saw a challenge there by Macy Bogey, and also going for it was Ellie Monahan. So again, the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of the last semifinal of the day. That'll be Newell Fonda, the 2 seed, and Remsen St. Mary's. Underwood has had a fantastic day, and a lot of her points have come in the paint and just being able to find that position along the baseline.
Yeah, and she's really attacked the basket when she's got it, when they've been able to get it to her, and made the most of it.
Bridgewater looking to back it out, but well defended. Klussman thought she had the easy layup. A good transition D by the Lynx.
And there she'd have been better off just to let it go out. And watch it here as it's swatted away there, and then she just out of instinct tried to save it, but if it goes out, they get it on the basket. That's just kind of the way the day has gone for St. Albert. Good hustle play, though, by North Linn.
Good close out there by Molly Bogey. Skylar Benish.
North Linn content just to work a little the clock down here. No hurry to put it up.
Going to let this game at half by 13 points. Benish splashes another one down. Benish will be playing softball at UNI, but just in case Tanya Warren needs somebody to help practice a little bit. Of course, UNI has a stellar softball program. Several members of this North Linn basketball team on the state softball teams as well, competing up in Fort Dodge.
Well, and talking basketball, the Big Four, it's been so fun because, Caitlin Clark justifiably gets a lot of the notice, but you got Iowa State, Audie Crooks has come on, you got Drake, Katie Dinnebear there, you've got UNI, and I can't think of the player's name that
Maya McDermott.
Maya McDermott,
that we saw here.
Girls
that
we saw here, we've watched play here, and now they've gone on, stayed at Iowa colleges and done so well, and the Big Four college women's basketball in this state is as strong as it's ever been.
Yeah, we're really, really lucky, and like you said, Dar, to be able to get that first glance of them here at State before they go on to just do incredible things at the next level.
And those are just a few of the headliner names that I mentioned. There's a lot of other ones, too, that have played the Iowa girls that go on and become Iowa college girls, It's fun to watch.
Well, and it's a big deal when the head coach at South Carolina, Don Staley, pays a visit, was here earlier this week. A lot of talent here in the state. Fifth different links to hit a three, and it's Megan Wheatley, the state's leader in three-point field goal percentage, and you knew that the senior was not going to be denied today. 10 made threes for North Linn. They're up 58-32 with 4.5 to play. Underwood was looking to connect with Missy Evazek. They're on the opposite block.
And they had it going early, but credit the North Linn defense. They've stopped that tandem down there. Underwood has scored a lot, but then Evazek has been saddled with some foul trouble that's made it tough on her.
And no doubt, so that was a big development for St. Albert, not having their top rebounder or one of their top rebounders out there on the floor. Certainly couldn't afford that against a North Linn team that also likes to get after it on the glass as well. So Benish checks out for an IMT insurance substitution. And just continuous ball pressure being placed on the links. That's how head coach Brian Wheatley loves his team to play. 20th season at North Linn, 395 wins. And looking to get another state title trophy case back to Troy Mills. Certainly well on their way. Wheatley can't get that one to go. Lily Crone, rebound. Searching for an option in transition. Taking a little bit of a spill was Molly Bogey.
Yeah, she got over there and just kind of hit a towel or something over there and almost slid down. Thankfully, she's okay.
We have a timeout here on the floor with just over 3 minutes remaining. North Linn on their way to the Class 1A title game. We'll be back with the rest of the action after this on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
North Linn has impressed here and the semifinals, up 58-32 over St. Albert. Here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Hunter Phillips and Dar Danielson here with you for what's been a fun-filled week. And talking about St. Albert, again, this was a school just a few years removed from making its last appearance, but was searching for its first win at state since 2000 and did so by defeating a very good Bishop Garrigan team, the two-time defending state champions, as they get one to go here for Grace Manns. And so you look at the starting five, you'll have two players returning, and Underwood and Ellie Monahan, and certainly whenever you can build off of a state tournament appearance, that's really key for any program.
Yeah, and you got Underwood, the 6-foot sophomore, who's really played well. And you got some freshmen and juniors down the line, sophomores, who, when you get that tradition going, you know, it is rebuilding. It's, you know, everybody down here, you get that taste of the state tournament, you want to get back. So imagine we'll see some more out of them. And the good coaching is still there, too, you know, to bring them along.
That certainly helps. Been a big part of the St. Albert Community School and coaching both boys and girls basketball. Just off the front of the iron there for Molly Bogey. Molly Bogey with 16 points and hasn't missed many threes tonight. She has 4. The 3 ball has been a big key for success for the Lynx, and it has been once again here today. 2 to go here at Wells Fargo Arena. Meanwhile, for the Lynx, obviously no strangers to being here at state tournament, but trying to get back to the state title game, especially now in 1A. Had a couple of unlucky bounces over the years, but boy, they are going to be a tough customer for whoever will await them tomorrow, either Remsen St. Mary's or Newell Fonda.
Yeah, they're just a total package defensively. And offensively, we're going to see the benches kind of clear now. But, yeah, they do everything well. The trapping defense, the outside shooting, moving the ball, you know, just well-disciplined in where they're at on the floor offensively and defensively. I'm interested in seeing that Johnston-Dowling game tonight. You know, Johnston has been rolling through, and I did some games early with Dowling, and they have improved throughout the season. And, boy, well, that could be a pretty good matchup there.
Talk about star power. That'll be on full display. That game will tip off at 6 o'clock, I believe.
Yep, on Iowa PBS. And I think our pal Paul Yeager, he's doing the sports desk again tonight.
Always does a tremendous job of covering all of the Iowa high school girls state athletic tournaments, but really has a soft spot in his heart for the basketball tournament.
Girls turning out.
Now we have to know, will he break out the pink sport coat?
I don't know if he does that the first night or the second night or how that works.
But how about the privilege to being able to work alongside the great Iowa players like Ellie Ruffridge?
Yeah.
She was just okay in her day at Pocahontas, the state's all-time leader in career scoring. And Tammy Blackstone, Miss Iowa basketball from Cherokee.
Hall of Famer, yep. Ruffridge will be in that category soon, I imagine.
Joanna Settles, Laura Leonard. Boy, it's just a great crew to be able to work with year in and year out.
Yeah, they pull us along, don't they?
Yep. They decided, I guess we'll invite these guys back. But no, it's the teams here at state that put on the show, and we're just lucky to play a small role in it. 60-37 now the score. Time winding down in this 1A semifinal.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's fun when you hear, too, from grandpa to grandma, oh, I saw you guys on that game, and, you know, if they can't make it here. And if you can make it here, I say do, because it's a great atmosphere, but if you can't, we're glad to bring the games to you.
Well, and we also want to give a salute as well to Gene Berger. Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union will be retiring later this year, and big reason why There's been so much success at this tournament, really showcasing the Iowa girl. So we want to thank her as well for all that she's done.
Yeah, and she's brought along the other things. She had it shepherded through the COVID year, pulled that through, got the start of wrestling going, so leaving a big mark on the Iowa girl here.
Some of the reserves getting their opportunity to see some playing time here at State. Approaching the final 10 seconds here. Northland brings down the rebound, and on the prowl, the Lynx are back in the title game. Our final score here from Wells Fargo Arena: North Linn 60, St. Albert 37. North Linn goes to the Class 1A title game with a record of 25-1. Meanwhile, for Council Bluffs, St. Albert, what a season for the Saints. At 23-2, they closed it out here at the state tournament in the semifinals. It was a lot of fun to watch them here this week, and congratulate Coach Weddingle on a tremendous season.
Yeah, and like we said, they'll lose some key seniors, but they have some key underclassmen back. And once you get that taste of state, you just, there's that motivation throughout the year to work to get back there.
Commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gene Berger and Gary Ross. Congratulations to head coach Dick Wettengel and the Saints from St. Albert's on an outstanding basketball season. And now, Skylar Benish will advance her team to the next round on the official bracket at center court. Lynx fans, your team advances to the championship and will play the winner of Newell Fonda and Remsen St. Mary's on Saturday evening at 7 p.m. Fans, on behalf of the Iowa Girls High School.
So Northland's offense star just overpowering St. Albert here, and it all started from the very beginning, and the Lynx are going with a lot of momentum into the state title game.
Yeah, and they created a lot of the offense with the turnovers, too, on defense, but they made those open threes when they had to, and just way too much for St. Albert to handle today.
Well, as always, a pleasure to work alongside you and as well with our entire team. Our broadcast being led today by our producer, Randy Nielsen. And so for Dar Danielson, I'm Hunter Phillips signing off here from Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa. And we thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2024 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.